What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Horror. This is Ethan Horror, and welcome back to my Walking Dead character ranking series. We are going to go through every season of The Walking Dead and rank all of the main characters from that season. We are currently on season 2, so that's what this video is going to be, but I have watched up to almost all of season 7, so if that influences my rankings in any way, that is why. But let's just get right into this video.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Yes. Yes, God.
Starting off with number 18, I have Patricia. This is one of Herschel's daughters that we meet. I don't even know if she has any lines. I'm gonna be honest. She's there. You know she's there. You hear her name a whole bunch. But then she doesn't do anything until she dies. And, you know, when she dies, you don't feel anything. Number 17, speaking of a death that you don't feel anything, it is Randall. He's simply there so that, spoiler warning, we can figure out that you don't need to be bit or scratched to turn into a walker. But otherwise, he's just there to kind of cause drama. Even though he's not doing anything or saying anything, it's just because they're trying to figure out what they should do with him. Should they kill him? Should they let him go? Should they let him join the camp? Just what to do with him. And he really brings the tensions up, but he doesn't do anything. Literally, the only reason the tensions rise is because he's there. Number 16, I have Sophia Pelletier. Again, nothing to do. She's in the first episode, I think, and then for like the next 5 episodes, they're just looking for her the whole time. So, no, I mean, I felt something when you saw her dead, but like. Number 15, I have Jimmy. They at least tried to do something with this character, unlike Patricia, but they don't do anything with him. He wants to use guns, but Herschel doesn't want him to use guns, and Rick is like, oh, I mean, I guess I can teach him, but then Herschel doesn't want Rick to teach him, and then nothing happens with him for the rest of the season, and then he dies at the end, when Patricia dies. So, number 14, this is when Andrea starts to piss me off, and that's why she's so low on the list, because god damn it. She pisses me off so much. And it starts in this season where she just starts to make these decisions where it's like, oh my god. Why? Where she starts to take Shane's side in the whole, like, arguments that have been going on. And everyone's worried about Beth wanting to kill herself. And Andrea's like, you know what? It's her choice. So I'm gonna let her do it. Spoiler alert, she doesn't die from that, but god damn it, that would have been Andrea's fault. Number 13, we have Otis. He's actually only in the one episode where he accidentally shoots Carl while hunting, which, you know, that's not what you want to do while you're hunting, is shoot a child. That is probably one of the worst things that could have possibly happened. And then he goes on the run with Shane because he needs to redeem himself. So he goes and he tries to get the medical supplies, and Shane shoots him in the legs and leaves him to die. Doesn't do much, but he makes himself an entertaining enough character while he's on screen. Number 12, I have Lori Grimes. She really ticks me off in this season. She is constantly hiding things from Rick, and it's like she's hiding it from Rick so that Rick doesn't get mad at Shane, but she's not telling Shane either. She's just keeping it to herself, actually keeping it to herself and Glenn, because Glenn's the one doing the runs. But like, why would you not tell either your husband or the person you for some reason love more than your husband? Because yeah, that's the other thing, is that once Rick kills Shane, she's pissed at Rick because Shane tried to kill him, and she's mad at Rick for killing him. For killing him in self-defense. She gets pissed off at Rick, and in the last episode, you see her mad at him because he's defended himself and killed the person trying to kill him. Number 11, I have Carol Pelletier. Again, she makes it on to other seasons, so she'll have potential to go up. But right now in the series, she's not really doing anything. She's there. She's a part of the central group of characters, but she's just kind of whining about her daughter the whole time. Like, I mean, I get it. She lost her daughter. You'd be pretty sad about that. That's all she does throughout the season. And, you know, she starts to build up that relationship with Daryl. So she's higher than the other characters, but, like, I can't put her that high. Number 10, we have Beth Green. She doesn't do as much as some other characters that we meet in the family. But yeah, she does more than, like, Patricia and Jimmy, but not as much as Herschel and Maggie. So she's, like, right in the middle of that, because she doesn't do much. I mean, she has the whole dilemma where she doesn't want to be in this anymore, and she wants to end it, but, you know. So there's that story, but otherwise, 12. Number 9, I have Carl Grimes. He is also kind of annoying in this season. You know, I can't really fault him. I mean, he's acting how a child would act in this, but he kind of, like, I think this is the season where he, like, flips out at Carol, but, I mean, and he starts to take Shane's side a little bit, and then, you know, in the end, he ends up taking Rick's side, but he's still kind of influenced by Lori to take his mom's side, and, you know, he's just an alright character. Number 8, I have Shane Walsh. Now, I'm not one of those people that, like, loves villains in movies. I mean, or shows, I guess. I mean, I like horror villains, because in those movies you're kind of meant to root for the killers, but in the Walking Dead thing, the villains just always suck. They're like the worst type of people, so that's why Shane Walsh is so low. I mean, I understand his whole thing. He is on, like, Rick wants to just play it safe, do what's right, and Shane just wants to shoot and ask questions later. And he doesn't trust Herschel, and he just wants to kill all the walkers, even though Herschel still thinks that they're people, which is dumb, but we'll get to that later. And he's just kind of annoying. Like, every time he's on screen, it's like, God, Shane, like, just chill out for 1 minute. I get it, you want to be Carl's father, and you want to be Lori's husband, and you want to lead the group, because you don't think Rick can take care of anybody. But, like, just calm down for a second. Number 7, I have Maggie Green. This was a character that I instantly sort of fell in love with. She's been one of my favorite characters throughout the entire series, but in this season we see her relationship with Glenn start to build up, where it starts with that scene when they go out to get the stuff for Lori, that whole scene, and then, you know, it kind of builds up, the relationship kind of, like, teeters out in the middle, and then towards the end they start to bond again, and I've always loved Maggie and Glenn's relationship. Number 6, I have T-Dog. As I said in the last video, T-Dog was my favorite character up until his death, but I have since looked back and realized that he's not the best character in this season. Not even close, because he doesn't get really anything to do, and that really pisses me off, because he was such a promising character from the first season. He had, oh my god, why is my hair doing this? Because he was such a promising character from, like, the first season, and they don't do anything with him in this season. Like, he talks to people, he's debating just leaving because of all the, like, the drama that's going on. He doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't want to take a side. He just wants to kind of be a passive observer. So he, like, debates leaving, but then, like, he's kind of comic relief at some points, which I like that, because he kind of brings a sense of humor to this. But otherwise, he doesn't do much. I just always love T-Dog, so he's up here at number 6, because I like him a lot. Now that we're at our top 5 characters, I think these are all pretty great characters, especially for this season. Number 5 is Herschel Green. I'm surprised how well they were able to flesh out this character in his first season, because typically when characters get introduced in a season, it takes them until the second season that they appear in to actually get, like, you know, a good character status. But Herschel did it right off the bat, where you learn the story about how he's just trying to protect his family. He lost his wife, so he thinks that the walkers are still people. Like, this is their second chance at life, and he just wants to keep them. Like, he keeps his dead wife, and Sophia, you find out eventually. And, I mean, I don't understand that, but but they do such a good job at showing why he believes that you're like, yeah, I get how this character would understand that, or I get how this character would believe that, and then, you know, everything that happens with Shane, it's just, you really feel for him. And coming in at number 4, I have Glenn Rhee. He is just kind of the character, again, he goes on the runs, but he always gets somehow right in the middle of the drama, and because he doesn't know what to do. Like, he finds out about the walkers in the barn, and Maggie doesn't want him to tell anyone, and Lori asks him to go get stuff for her pregnancy, but she doesn't want him to tell anyone, so he's stuck with the 2 secrets, like that Lori's pregnant and that there's walkers in the barn, and he just can't tell anybody because he wants to keep the secrets to both of them. But then eventually he lets them out, and, you know, everything goes down. Coming in at number 3, I have Dale Horvath. He is, I think he went up significantly since season 1. But as I said, Glenn would go to, like, talk to him when they were done, and Dale was pretty much the only character that would, like, confront Shane, because Dale's been on to Shane for a while. He knew what he was doing, and he confronts him, and, you know, Shane is scary. He's not the person you want to confront, but Dale somehow does, and it makes you like the character more. And, you know, when they're deciding what to do with Randall and all the dilemma that's going on, Dale is always a person trying to do the right thing, no matter what, and he always typically has the right answer. It's just that nobody listens to him until he's dead. Coming in at number 2, I have Daryl Dixon. This really is the season that cements Daryl Dixon as a badass. Like, that scene where he rolls down the cliff, and he gets the arrow impaled through his leg, and then he hallucinates about Merle, and then he kills the walker and climbs back up and gets back to camp. That scene right there is what cemented Daryl as a grade A badass. And from the beginning of this season, when he starts to build that relationship with Carol, now he feels the obligation to go try to find Sophia. So he's trying to find Sophia the whole season, and then he collects, like, the ears on a neck. I don't know what that was about. That didn't come back, but, you know. Coming in at number 1, again, is Rick Grimes. Again, he's one of my favorite characters of all time in anything. So I love Rick, and season 2, he does exactly what he is in season 1, but better, because he's more in tune with the world of The Walking Dead now. He knows what's going on, and, you know, he can deal with everybody at, like, the same. He knows how to deal with everyone. He can deal with Lori and Shane and Herschel, even though all those people have very different beliefs and stuff that they want to do. He can deal with them and kind of combine everybody's belief, where it's like, he'll help Herschel with the walkers, even though Shane doesn't want to do with the walkers, so he'll kind of, like, try to hold off Shane, tell Shane, like, this is what we're going to do because they're letting us stay here. And, like, when he figures out that Lori was going to abort the baby without, or was going to kill the baby without even talking to him or telling him that she was pregnant, and he gets pissed off because, like, yeah, that makes sense. He would get, like, you didn't even consult with him before you decided that you weren't going to have the baby. Like, that makes sense. You always feel that he is in the right in most situations. And then by the end, you realize that he is the born leader of the group, even, like, because he's going to make the decisions for the better of survival every time, and that's why he's my number 1. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit like and comment down below some more video ideas you want to see. If you really enjoyed, you can click subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I post the rest of this series and any new videos. Otherwise, go check out this show, because I don't want to keep, I keep saying spoiler warning, but just go check out The Walking Dead. It's a great show. It's got some graphic, intense stuff, so if you're not into that, then, you know, you can just listen to me talk about it. But otherwise, it's a great show. Go check it out so you'll be well-versed, and maybe you'll be able to even post your own character ranking in the comment section down below. But remember, this is just my opinion.